invite everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome everybody to the March 6th meeting. We have a motion to approve the minutes of February 21st.
So
Second.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Financial report and payment of the bills. A motion and a second. Any discussion on the disbursement of funds? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Mr. Steve Repo, you got a budget amendment for us.
Yes, I do. Budget amendment number 2024-04 to recognize the ARPA grant and its funding of 8 desktop computers, and it's split between general fund, water fund, and sewer fund, depending on how the computers will be used. The total of 8 desktop computers for $12,800.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to approve budget amendment 2024-04? So we have a motion.
Second.
And a second. I think the only discussion that it came through from Jean, she mentioned about, you answered her question.
Oh, yeah, that's the cost to install and the, right.
So this includes the whole gamut.
That's correct.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Lou, you're up.
The only thing I have, I want to tell the board that the Southfield bonds are probably or most likely being issued on March 14th, and they haven't priced them yet because that's the last minute item, I guess. But the amount of the bonds will be roughly about $10.5 million for the Southfield's residential commercial development and the improvements that are included for supporting that project. So that I'll stand by and let you know if that March 14 actually occurs. They were waiting for a ruling from the court and they got it today. I got a copy of it. And that was one of the big impediments for not issuing it initially, but we should be in good shape now.
Fantastic. That's good news. And Earl, do you want me to sign those for you? You're okay? Did you? How'd you sign it right-handed? Earl had a little surgery on his go-to hand, and I hope you're feeling better.
Mess up your golf. Now you got a real handicap.
That's right. All right. And Commissioner Brummel, she was not available today. Her husband, she was actually picking him up at the hospital today. So hope all was well there. Report by me. John, I wanted to touch base with you, and I just wanted to make the board aware we're still working on the Holly Hall property, and that's looks like we're really close at this point. Just maybe coordinate with Gene Minner.
Yep. I think it's just refinements. I don't see any areas of disagreement.
Perfect. That's great news. There's not much I can't disclose a lot, but I feel pretty comfortable to say that the Commerce Drive warehouse is going to be fully leased. I think they're executing the agreement in the next couple of days, and the word is it's about 115 new jobs to the community. So we have to get these houses built because there's a lot of opportunity for new opportunities for a lot of people. Let's see. I think there was a few other things that I need, but I'm going to pass it on. Oh, I know the chief's not in here. I don't see Dan in here. Let's see. Is Dan? Dan, you're online. I see.
Yeah, I'm asking you to unmute.
Yes, Mayor.
Dan, there's some trespassing going on behind the Big Elk Mall on the town property, which we cleaned up for the homeless camp. Could you maybe coordinate with Chief Rogers to go down there and take a look? I know we spent tens of thousands of dollars to clean up that area a couple years ago, and my understanding is that they're back there. There's one tent, maybe 2 tents.
There's at least one. I went kayaking a couple days ago, Dan, and I've had experiences on the creek before where I have had stones thrown at me and I've been followed by some of the guys camping along the creek. It's something that we want to encourage people to utilize in our town, and it's being destroyed by people wanting to camp along the creek. So I'd like to see this addressed.
Okay. Yes, sir, I'll address it.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
If you need anything from us, we're more than happy to help. And listen, we want to help the people that are out there also. I mean, if there's we can help them along, we're happy to do that. We just need to make sure that they're aware that they just can't take residence up on the town property.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, Mayor.
Rob, you have anything?
No, you gonna speak today? Okay. No, I don't have anything.
All right.
Other than that.
Earl, anything? Charles? Okay, I had maybe one other thing here. I was looking back at my notes real quickly. I attended the Maryland Municipal League Mayors Association meeting last week, and there was a few things that's on the priority list. One is speed cameras, as crazy as that is. We just did a study on North Street, and quite frankly, there was right out here, there's a tremendous amount of speeding that goes up and down the road here. One of the challenges you have with speed cameras is that if you were to put them up, you still need to get an officer to review each and every picture. And if they are speeding, then they have to sign off, and then they have to spend probably you need one officer to spend every day at the courthouse being the person of record signing them. Maryland Municipal League is going to try to get that changed to where we could train any municipal personnel to be the signer of that picture and authorize it. So it would take some burden off of the police department, let them do what they do best at, and maybe we can make our neighborhood and our streets a little safer. Because it definitely is when you get so close to that school zone, we've been very fortunate over these years. And I was shocked when I saw the statistics from just 2 days, the usage of North Street, but the amount, I think 70% of the cars were going well over the speed limit, and there were several that were in the 70s. 70. Now I don't know if it was one of our town police officers or if it was an emergency management vehicle. I don't know those things. But the fact is, it was shocking to see that there was cars going 70 miles an hour by a school zone, one way or the other. The other part of the agenda that they really wanted to push on, and Lou, you might want to get this with the department heads to take a look at, expanding the local revenues. And one of the challenges that we're going to have here in the near future, one is the highway revenue. Highway user revenue is going to go down again. We're finally, when Governor Hogan left, he was able to fully fulfill that for municipalities, and that's the money, gas tax, that's used for redoing our roads out front and our county roads, our town roads, and so forth. But with the use of electric cars today, they're not paying the gas tax, right? So there's less and less vehicles that are contributing to the fund. The fund is going down, so it is going to put more burden on the municipality to do the work on the I'm going to use the word, to blacktop our own roads. So we got to come up with other ways to offset some of those highway user costs, and they've recommended taking a look at everything from property tax, income taxes, federal grants, state taxes, state grants, county sources, service charges was a big number, licensing, permitting, and fines and forfeitures, and so forth. One thing that the town has always, over the last several years, is we really haven't put a big push on our parking revenue. But quite frankly, when we did have the parking meters out there, we were collecting a fairly large amount of money during that time. Today, we're not, I think we've been not collecting, not fining our visitors that come into the town. I think what we're gonna look forward to, and we're gonna have a presentation here in the near future. I don't think it's next meeting, might be the meeting after, or is it
I
next
believe
meeting?
it's in April.
It's in April. We're gonna have, come in and talk to us about the app to pay for parking. So you would pay for your parking via an app or a kiosk.
And I misspoke, it's March 20th.
March 20th. So
Thank you,
they'll be on the same
Yep.
time we talk about the, our bargaining,
Yep.
right, on the
Yes.
20th.
Yep.
So that's very good. So, that's something that's gonna come down the pike, is parking revenue, because that was, I think in its heyday, I think we were over 6 digits.
I seem to recall when I first started, both the parking meter revenue and the tickets were about 40 each.
Yeah, it
So
was,
big,
it was a
big
high
drop
number.
since then, yeah.
It was a high number, and we've just let that get away from us, and, there's only one person to blame for that, and, Charlie? Okay.
Want to make it more friendly. And,
So,
yeah.
We have tried to
Build
make
that
it more
revenue.
friendly, but, you know, even the town of Charlestown, Maryland, has the Parkex. The president of the council explained that to me. I said, well, my biggest concern is we've got an aging, group here that lives in the town of Elkton. I said, do you think how does that work when someone comes into the Wellwood and they want to pay for parking on the street? He said, we have no problem. No problems at all. So I think that's something that we really should take serious.
Right.
Now, our problem is, Earl, you don't think you'll struggle with that, would you?
No, no.
All right. Thank you. I have nothing else to report. Public comments, this is the time we open up the floor for anything that has anything to say for the good of the town. Pat?
Well, you were talking about the speeding on North Street, and I'm sure Rob can attest to this. People that are coming from Bow up Main Street, nobody hardly ever stops at that stop sign at North and Main Street. I mean, very seldom will ever see a car come to a stop and then proceed.
This one down here,
Right
in front of your place.
Yeah, oh, yeah, they roll through there.
They don't
all
even
the time.
think about stopping. They just ignore it. And the stop you have two. One that's on one side of the road and one that's a little bit further up. If they miss the first one, you can't miss the second. It's just a constant. I mean, there you get.
That's why we put that second one in, Pat,
And it
because,
didn't work.
and you can't miss it, you're right.
No, you're right. You can't.
But obviously they don't care.
Well, there's a.
Some of the new stop signs today have LED lights. As you start to approach, they start to blink. And I think that's going to be some of the trend that you'll start seeing in the future. I don't believe that they've been certified by the state to actually use, but they use them in some areas on, I would say, private roads more so than what they do on the municipal roads.
Malls, a lot of malls.
Yeah, a lot of malls use them, yeah.
I've seen
I don't think they meet the state road standards, and that's one of our challenges, to get that type of signage. But I know they're working on it. Anything else, Pat?
If there was, I forgot.
Margie, anything good?
We've got our St. Patrick's Day event coming up next Friday and Saturday. So Friday evening to Saturday, the streets will be closed. Main Street will be closed. We'll have a tent in the street. There's going to be bagpipers and music and drink specials. So come on down and celebrate.
I'm looking forward to that. That's always a great time. In downtown Elkton, the St. Patrick's Day Festival, the mayor's Lucky Charm race is on Sunday, and it's going to be held at Patriots Glen again. Last year, I was really surprised how well that went. And not to say because I came in second place in my age group, but I would tell you that it was very unique to, as much as I've played that course over the years, I was really surprised that when you actually walk it the opposite way, how many hills.
Yeah.
It's really a good workout. And if you try to run it, it's a challenging 5K, but it's not going to compete with anything downtown. So if anyone's going to enter the mayor's Lucky Charm, Michelle, you going to do it?
This year I won't.
You won't? Lewis, you won 1 year. You won your age group.
Yeah, I was the oldest guy.
You're the
Well,
only.
you
The only
won,
one
you
in
had
your
that
age group.
The
medal.
only one, yeah.
Really wanted you.
That's the
I
way to
think
be
Steve
ahead.
Nicole came in second one year. John, did you get a medal?
Yeah, I won.
And I know Earl got a medal.
There was only one in my age
Rob's
class.
never got a
Me
medal
too.
yet, neither is Charlie. I think it's time.
There
I think it's time.
was only one in my age class, Mayor,
I gotta leave something for
but
everybody else.
I did win.
All right. You did well. Anyone else? Yes.
Hi, my name is Brianna, I'm the owner of Penny. I have a couple questions about the front of my school.
Yep.
Right now, in the walkway is, a box with like a tree. I would like to have that removed, so I can have my own tree outside, since I don't have a public restroom. Inside seating I can have. And then my next thing is, there's a 2-hour parking spot on the side of my building.
Can you come up and so we can hear you a little bit better?
There's a 2-hour parking spot.
You can sit down and pull a mic in front of you.
Yeah, sit down there. Sit down there and join us for a minute.
Can you understand?
And pull that mic up to you,
Yeah.
because you got a lot to say.
I do.
All right.
So I have a 2-hour parking sign on the side of my building. And there's always cars that work at the hospital and they park there all day long.
Yep.
So I would like to have maybe a 15-minute parking sign or like a Sunny's Express, because I do get customers who are upset about the parking situation. Even though there's a municipal lot across from me, they don't want to work. And then as far as charging for parking, where would that start? What you said?
We're still months away from putting together a program on
No,
that.
I'm saying, where would it be? All of the street parking?
Yeah, I would say it'd be all of Main Street and Bow Street, yes. And normally if it's like an express service, like you're saying, I think we can set it up to where the first 15 minutes is free or first 30 minutes are free. Very simple to do on that.
Okay, yeah, because the type of business I have, they're not there all that long. If they're there 20 minutes tops, that's a lot.
When you got that long line out the door.
Well, yeah. So I'm working with my landlord to get that back lot, because he bought that strip of grass.
Yeah.
To do something like for my parking only, but until that, whatever.
Mhm.
But as far as removing that box, I'll help remove it. I'll get whatever needs done. I just need approval.
I think when we, it's kind of crazy that and I was part of the board. I know Charlie was, Gene was, Earl and Rob wasn't, so they can't take any of the good or the bad with this. But when we did the streetscape in, I think 1998 or 1999, we buried the utilities. That was the style. Everyone wanted these bump outs with the trees being planted on them. And I think when it first happened, we were all kind of questioning, why did we do that? Because it did take away. It took away some parking. It took away some visibility. But I think we need to revisit that if we can, Lou. Do you think that would we be in violation with the state if we start removing some of those?
You mean the bump outs?
Well, she's not asking to remove a bump out, but I know that there's a couple that I'd like to have removed, but.
The state conveyed that property to the town. That's owned by the town.
Okay, well, that's good.
Main
then.
Street and everything.
Brianna actually likes the bump out. What she
For
wants to do
parking,
is remove
or for
the,
seating.
right, she wants to remove the boxes and have seating.
That's what she's.
And I was telling her there's probably gonna be a restriction as to how much of that sidewalk you can
Just like
take
what
up
was
with
taken
that
from
open lane.
Mass
But,
Meadows.
I think it would be a great
Take
idea,
that
and
tree box
if
out
this
away
was
from
possible, I would be in full support of it.
Because also too, it's kind of an eyesore, because there's always trash in there. There's discarded needles in there. And like, I have kids, besides my own personal kids, it's a family establishment. I am going to get water ice this summer. So for them to be outside, sitting with their family, when it is a festival or something's just, hanging out outside, I want it to be clean. I don't want to have to worry about, God forbid.
Rob, can we put you in charge of going down there and taking a look at that?
Picking the needles out.
Listen, we hear you loud and clear, and I can tell you, we'll get there with Dan. We'll get Dan down there and Lou down there, and maybe the chief down there, and we'll take a look at it and assess it. But listen, I'm supportive of it also. I think we all are.
Okay. So what's my next step?
You don't have to do anything. The ball's in our court, and we'll get back to you, but it'll happen. We'll see how we can put this together fairly quick.
Thank you.
We'll need your name and email address to respond to you.
You can tell her right now, or
Yeah. You can give it.
Brianna Lucas
443. 566. 2632.
Brianna, what's the furthest someone's traveled?
So far I'm getting them from, I got them from Peach Bottom, I got them from Michaelstown Road, I'm getting them from, somewhere near Frederick, I can't remember where they were from. I'm getting a lot of Lancaster, a lot of Middletown.
I will tell you, if you've never tried her sandwich, you're missing out. Yeah, you've missed out. They're very good. And if you use Commissioner Givens' name, you get a 15% discount.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just say Givens. Yeah, charge it Charlie's account. Yes, sir. Come on up. Give us an update.
Thank you, Mayor Alt.
Of course.
Aaron Wright. First, I want to say to Commissioner Planner, speaking recovery, hope all is well, and obviously prayers going out.
Thank you.
Husband, in our prayers. And just on a note, Sunny's is wonderful. Just I don't get the 15% discount, but I do know I get at least 5 minutes prior submission to my order. When they say 20 minutes, I tell them it's Aaron, and they say okay, 15 minutes.
Nice.
So, wonderful food. Yes, absolutely. So as chairman of the Behavioral Health Advisory Council, I'm not wearing the Voices of Hope hat right now at this moment. We are having a town hall listening session.
I saw that.
Yes, we'll be having it 121, I believe Stockton Street is the Elkton Rec Center, correct?
I saw that.
So March 27th at 6 o'clock. Pizza will be provided and refreshments by the County Health Department. So basically what the behavioral health listening session is anybody in the town of Elkton has, we want hometown remedies for hometown people. So if they have anything to do with, hey, we need more resources for this, or we're concerned about that, please come out and encourage the community members to come out and stakeholders to kind of express their concerns. And wearing the Voices of Hope hat, Dan, if you need help, or Chief Rogers with the individuals that might be behind there by the creek, please let us know. We know that summertime is coming, and we know that these individuals will start popping up. They're getting out of the code blue sections of hotels, and they might enter in some community, let's say, areas. So if you guys can keep us posted, we will do our due diligence to help those individuals what they need and kind of move them along.
Yeah, please leave us a contact, and we just need a contact.
Yeah, me.
Or just a number so I can call you. Okay, thank you.
Yep. You're welcome, man. Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
have, you have any flyers for the seminar that you're gonna have over here?
So listening session, I believe the health department made a pan up, but I can give them to Michelle.
I asked Michelle yesterday about it, that's why I'm asking you right now.
I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah, and it was.
So you want me to, I can send them to,
Okay.
Yes, to
She
Michelle.
good.
That'd be good. I just put it in my calendar, and I'm planning on being there.
Oh, awesome. We appreciate it.
Very good.
Thanks, Aaron.
Anyone else have anything good? Pat, you spoke once.
Well, I remember what I forgot. I got an email from, I forget the guy's name. Jeannie Minner may have gotten the same email, but March 13th, which I believe is next Wednesday, from 6 to 8, Northeast Library, there's going to be a lecture. And it's a lady, and she's going to give a lecture on encampments around Cecil County and the town of Elkton for the 250th anniversary. And I don't know if the town somebody from the town wanted to go and hear about it. Maybe you might get some ideas on what you want to do, something like that.
You're going to be there, right?
Pat, what time is that?
From 6 to 8.
At night?
Yes.
1800.
If it was in the morning, I would get it.
I think I would.
Mayor,
Yes, Jean.
I will be attending.
Perfect. There we go. I knew Jean Minner wouldn't miss out on that. Very good. Anyone else?
I'll be fine.
All right. Oh, good. Anyone on the Zoom meeting that has anything to say for the good of the town?
I've just asked them to unmute and they're not unmuting.
No one's unmuting. All right. With that, I don't think we have anything else. Dan, you're going to shoot down here about 2 o'clock?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Very good. Meeting adjourned.